remember I was teaching at New York University back in 2009. And it was during that time that I undertook a fairly extensive tour of the heartland. Uh, and with my first book, The Trouble with Islam Today.
Wait, when
And
you say heartland, you mean the American heartland?
the American heartland, excuse me, correct.
But just to be
Yeah,
clear, you live in Canada at the moment?
no, nope, I
No,
live in New
I'm sorry.
York.
I
That's
have misread that.
I'm a citizen of Canada,
Ah,
uh, but I have lived and worked in the United States for almost 15 years now. And so at this time, I was teaching at NYU, and I undertook, as I say, this tour of the American heartland with my book, my first book about the need for reform in Islam. And I was at
your first book,
various,
sorry, your first book is called The Trouble with Islam Today. Is that correct?
correct,
All right.
correct, that's right. Um, and I speak as a Muslim in writing that book. The subtitle is A Muslim's Call for Reform in Her Faith. I was surprised, and I didn't know what to do with the fact that at various turns in that tour, I would hear the question, why do they hate us? But here's the thing, Bret. The people asking that question were not asking about why Muslims hate Americans. They were asking, why do East Coast people hate us in the heartland?
Mm.
And when I got back to NYU, I sat down with the dean of my department, and he at the time, and he asked me, so what was it like? How much Islamophobia did you have to ward off? And I said to him, none that I was able to notice. Uh, Notice he didn't say, did you encounter Islamophobia? No, how much did you encounter? Right? And that was, just such an affirmation of what I was hearing from people in the heartland, the frankly humiliation to which they've been subjected by the overly educated, who are really in so many ways undereducated, for the last 20, 30 years. And so I've long understood where, the resentment, the cultural grievance has come from.
Aha.